All right, on this first part here, talking about circumference. Getting ready for a retest here. All right, the way we find circumference, there's two ways. It's either pi times diameter, or it can also be written as 2 pi r. Same thing, either way. So on this circle right here, I just want to find the circumference. So this 12.3, is this the radius or diameter?
Radius.
That is a radius. Yep, that is a radius. The diameter goes all the way across through the middle. It's a chord through the center. So that's the radius. So when I know the radius, which one of these two do you think I'm going to use? Top or bottom one? The bottom one, 2 pi r. So I'm going to go 2 times pi times 12.3. So type that in your calculator quick. 2 times pi times 12.3. 77 point what? 28. Remember on your calculator, just use that pi key. Okay, on this next one, same thing. The 4.25 is the radius. So we're just going to go 2 times pi times 4.25. Okay, so easy enough there. Okay, on this table, what we're doing is now we're given the circumference. So we're given this, and we're working back to try to find the diameter and radius. Okay, so, all right, so if we think about this up here, to get circumference, I multiply the diameter times pi to get the circumference. So if I know the circumference and I'm looking for the diameter, I'm just going to do the opposite. I'm just going to divide by pi. All right? So what I'm going to do over here is I'm going to take the circumference. I'm going to do 29.45 and divide that by pi. 9.37. Now how do I get from the diameter back to the radius? And if you think about it, the diameter would just be going all the way across. The radius is just halfway. So if I know the diameter, how do I get the radius?
Times 2.
Oh, divided by 2, yes. Because the diameter goes all the way, the radius only goes half. So to get from here to here, you cut it in half. So we would just do 9.37 divided by 2. 4 point what? 68. Okay, so on this next one, we're going to do the same thing. We're going to take the circumference, 45.47, divide that by pi to give me the diameter. What does that give you? 14.47, and then to get from the diameter to the radius, just going to divide that by 2, so 14.47 divided by 2. 7 point what? 1.23. Okay, next one asks about the formula for arc length. Here's the formula. 2 pi r times m over 360. 2 pi r times m over 360. Two times pi times r times m over 360. That's the way I write the formula. Other teachers probably write it a little bit different, but that's the way that I write it. Okay, so what does the r stand for here? The radius. And what does the m stand for? Stands for the measurement of the angle, or the measurement of the arc, which in this case they're always going to be the same. So on this one, I'm just going to go 2 times pi times 3 times 80 over 360. And we type that in, what do you get? Get what? 4.18. Ready? Okay, and the next one, it's the exact same thing, so I'm just going to go 2 times pi times 4 times 125 over 360. .72. Okay, next one says find the length of DE. All right, so we got to think about this. How far is it all the way from A to C? Okay, it's 24 from here to here, then there's another 6. So how long is that whole thing? Is 30, right? So on this circle, the radius is 30 units long because it's 24 plus 6. So here's what I'm going to do now is I'm going to draw a radius, another radius in there because right now AC is one radius. I'm going to draw another radius from A to E like this. Okay, so if it's 30 from A to C, how long is it from A to E? If it's 30 from A to C, how long is it going to be from A to E? Yeah, it's the same, right? Because they're both a radius. So this is just 30 right here. And so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to use Pythagorean theorem to find this side right down here. Okay, because if you'll notice, this is a right triangle right here. So here's how I'm going to do that. It's going to be 30 squared minus 24 squared square rooted. Just doing the shortcut on the Pythagorean theorem there. Is it straight up 18?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So what that means is it's 18 from here to E. So it's going to be 18 from here to here also. So when I'm looking for DE, I'm just going to add those two up, 18 and 18. That's going to give you 36. Okay, on your retest in just a second, I mean, we're only done with half of this so far, but on your retest in just a second, it's pretty much going to follow the exact same pattern as what's happening here on this prep. Okay, just so you know. All right, on the back. So here, these top ones, we're talking about the central angle. So on this one, let's say that this angle is 98 degrees. Okay? Let's say that that central angle is 98 degrees. How many degrees is this arc going to be right here? It's going to be 98 degrees also. Yep. The central angle and its arc are congruent. Okay? So like on number 5 here, this is easy as it gets. It's asking for the measurement of this arc right here. What's the measurement going to be? It's going to be 149. Yep. Okay, on this one, how big is that arc? Is 110, right? Because it's the same thing as this angle right here. Now, I want to do one more thing before we move on from here. I want to find out how many degrees this angle would be right here.
Well, since the circle's 360, then you have to subtract those two numbers.
Good. In a full circle, there's 360 degrees, so we would do 360 minus 120 minus 110,
Get 130.
and you get 130 degrees. So this would be 130, this would be 130 like that. Okay? Now next we have an inscribed angle. So an inscribed angle, that's an angle that's not in the center but over on the edge. Okay? So on this one, let's say that this arc is, let's say it's 100. Okay, on the inscribed angle, is the angle and the arc the same? No. How does this angle relate to this arc? It's half of it. Good. So if this arc is 100, how many degrees is that angle? It's going to be 50. That inscribed angle is half of the arc. So if the arc is 100, the angle is 50. Okay. On this one, yeah. Okay, first of all, let's think about this. So again, it's basically what we did a second ago. In a full circle, how many degrees is there?
360.
360. So that's the first thing I need to do real quick, is I need to go 360 minus 110 minus 146.
You get 104.
Okay, and so we get 104. So that's the measurement of this arc out here. Then to get from that arc to this angle down here, what are we going to do? Divide by 2. So I'm going to take that 104,
52.
divide by 2, and yep, it's going to give you 52. Okay. So on this one, all right, let's find the measurement of this arc right here from W to, or I'm sorry, from X to Y. This angle is 55. So this arc is going to be double whatever this angle is. So what's 55 times 2? Is 110. So this arc right here is 110. Now, how many degrees is it from W to Y? That's half of the circle. How many degrees are in half of the circle? 180. So half the circle is 180. This is 110. So how can I find what's left for right here? Yep, I'm going to do 180 minus 110. And that's going to give you 70 degrees. Okay, then on the last one here. Okay, since this chord and this chord are congruent, I know that this arc and this arc are congruent. So I'm just going to set those two equal to find the value of x. So we're going to put x plus 17 equals 4x plus 2. Okay, and we're going to solve for x here. So I'm going to get my x's together first, because I have an x over here and see some x's over here. So I'm going to subtract the smaller one. There's only one x here. There's 4 over there. So I'm going to subtract the smaller one. X minus x. What is x minus x?
3x.
Is 0. Yeah, that one's 0. Over here, you're right. This is 3x, because this is like minus 1x plus 2. Subtract 2 on both sides, because now I'm trying to just get that x by itself. So those 0 out. This gives me 15 equals 3x. Divide by 3 on both sides.
Which is 5.
And 15 divided by 3 is 5. Okay, like I said, on your retest that you're about to get right now, it's pretty much going to follow the exact same pattern. So just really use it to help you on this retest. Okay, so make sure you put your name, and make sure you can see right there it says geometry teacher's name. So make sure you put your geometry teacher's name on there. Also notice right down here at the side on the bottom, it's for answers. So once you get an answer, if you'll just write the letter of your answer in that little box right there for me, please. Make it easier. With a bunch of people in here to grade it real quick to help you.